Good morning, beloveds. I don't know about the title today. So, I got up, went to the gym, had a good workout. He didn't even bother to to put an ab thing on there because we never get to it. So instead, he just spaced in ab work in the rest of the workout. So I was just like, oh, okay. So it'll be interesting to see what aches today and tomorrow. But yeah. Whew. And they've been really long for the second half. All the readings have been really long for the second half of January. Today is no exception. And I'm a little nervous about the titles. So let's get into this. It is January 28th. Our title is The Throne Room. And our author is Eva Bell Werber. Quiet Talks with the Master. Okay. So, my child, at the very center of your being, there is a golden throne where divinity dwells. Here, you can come and meet your Lord in the quietness of your own soul. Come each day, my child. Set apart some special time. Come, knock on the door of your heart, and it shall swing open, and you shall come in and hold sweet communion with the Lord of your life. I know, my child, it is often hard to steal away alone. The cares and the duties of life press so closely and bind so surely. But if you will but make the effort, all these cares and duties shall fall into their proper relationship, and you shall find such renewal of strength and beauty and calmness of spirit that as you leave that sacred spot and go again about the daily tasks, you will find that every care lightened and the path of every duty made plain. But you say, how shall I find this throne room of my heart? How can I come so close to this divine presence? And I say unto you, it is only by becoming very still that you find the path. And when you find it, the door shall open and flood your whole being with a glory of which you have never dreamed before. This being still does not mean a blank stillness, but rather a constant sense of inner quiet, which you shall achieve when you have the firm knowledge that your God is on the throne, not in some far-off sky, but at the center of your own being. And so you shall come to that great stillness, and there shall awaken in you the realization that you stand before a door that has long been closed, and as you knock, the door surely opens, and you will kneel before your Christ, sitting on the throne therein. My words shall fit every need as your journey on the path of peace, and you shall have a sense of fellowship and know that the hand of the loving Master of people holds your hand and leads you on and up every step of the way. So Eva is making the bid for regular spiritual practice. Be it treatment, be it meditation, be it just a quiet moment. Recognizing that, as she said, the cares and duties of life bind us surely, you know. And I've heard, I think it's the Dalai Lama that says, it could also be Thich Nhat Hanh, if you can't find 15 minutes to meditate, then you need an hour. The less time you have to do it, the more you need it. The more important it is for you to do it. And that's, you know, yeah, it's important that you make time every day to go to the source of your own being. I mean, if you want to envision a throne room, you can. I find that a little weird and off-putting, but that's just me. But she makes the point, you know, the divinity that you're seeking is in the center of your own being, not in some far-off sky. And that's the important point. The two important points in that whole reading is the divinity that you seek when you go to that, when you make that pilgrimage, you know, It's closer to you than your own breath. It's at the very center of your own being. And that you need to do it daily. And if you do it daily, then you will find that quietness follows you out, and it lightens your cares, and the path of your duties are made plain. It's like if you can make time to commune with the source of your own being regularly, then you will find that everything else that you do will be easier. Yeah. And that's the whole of it. It's like, look, you know what? You don't have to climb mountains to find God. All you have to do is go within your own heart. We come pre-installed with Christ. That the Christ lives within us already. So when we want to find the Christ, we turn within. We turn within. And I like that she uses the heart, because if you want to activate the Christ consciousness, the password to activate that, like I talk like it's software. Yes, I am aware of this. My mother's an electrical engineer. What do you expect from me? The password to activate the Christ consciousness within yourself is love. Love for yourself, love for others, love for every living being, love for everything, and recognize, that if you come to the door isn't shut. As you go to touch the door, it swings open. Like, there is no door. There's no separation between you and the divine. You are the divine. So you want to go to the source of your own being. Well, you can't help, if the divine is the source of your own being, then you can't help but recognize that you are part of the divine. You are you are, the divine. That's what you're made from. And as you recognize that, then hopefully you'll recognize that no matter what is going on, in the end, it's going to be okay. That quiet stillness will infiltrate out into the material. The knowledge that the divine has, when you make regular trips to the divine, you can't help but naturally bring it back with you. So the quietness will come back, the calmness will come back, the peace will come back, the harmony will come back with you. It will infuse you. And as you allow it to infuse you, then it filters out through you and out into the material world. And so your cares are lightened and your duties are made plain. It doesn't mean, it's like, what do you do before enlightenment? Chop wood and carry water. What do you do after enlightenment? You chop wood and you carry water. But you do it with a lighter heart. You do it with a purpose. It's like, okay, well, this is why I'm doing it. Your way is made plain. And anything that you can do with a sense of joy is automatically just lighter and easier, And so that's what Eva is talking about today. Making time for that regular practice, making time to go to the source of your own being so that there's never a question. There's never a question of, who you are, and there's never a question of whose you are. Sometimes that's a more important question than who you are. Like, whose are you? Who do you belong to? Well, you belong to the divine. You are a beloved expression of the divine. As one of our authors said this week, you are a beloved expression of the divine. And the center of your being, the core of who you are, is divine. That's why I like to say, peel back the layers of everything that you've been told that you are and get to know the person that, the divine knows you to be, that God knows you to be. Because that person is good. The source of you is good. You can't help but be good. And, we've all made choices. We've all made choices. We've all made interesting choices. But the good news is that we can go back and choose again. We can go back and choose again. And we can peel off all of the layers of everything that we have been told we are. And it's easier to do that because if you're going to go to, the center of your being, the source of your own being, you're going to have to leave your material coat at the door. You can't take the material you into the presence of the divine. All you can do is take the spirit of you into the presence of the divine. So you're going to have to shed all that anyway and get to know the core of you, source of you. I'm a big believer in that. I talk about regular spiritual practice, and that's definitely one of the ways that you can do that. So, oops. Oh, there's a warm kitten belly right here. You want to talk about heaven? There it is. Okay. One scritch too many. So, the mission today is pretty clear. Regular spiritual practice. Make a trip. Make a pilgrimage. Find, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of quiet and go to the source of your own being. And when I say quiet, you can do it with the full bore of your, household going on around you if you can turn inward and let all of that happen around you. Or you can, put yourself in a room and put yourself in a dark room and focus on a candle or play soft music, whatever it takes to get you there. There are beautiful guided meditations that can help, but make regular trips to the source of your own being. It is definitely something that it's meant to be done daily. It's meant to be done daily. So that is the mission today, should we choose to accept it. Whatever it takes to get you there, use it. But make a trip to the source of your being today. Make a trip to the center of you. Go and meet the divine source of you. And then make it a regular spiritual practice. Make it a regular spiritual practice. You can do it, as soon as you wake up in the morning. You can do it, at night when you're closing your eyes to go to sleep. You can do it any time of the day. There's no time of day that's best to do that. Any time of day is a good time of day. The only time that might not be the best time is if you're driving. That would be about the only time I could think that wouldn't be a good time, But even there, you can still have that quiet time for that regular spiritual practice. Chanting is good in the car. So, all right. So you have your mission today. She's pretty clear about what the mission today was. And then I would suggest the other mission, which I give you every day, which is the spiritual practice of self-care. To do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. I always give you a couple of suggestions. My goal is that eventually everything you do for yourself and others is loving, kind, and compassionate, especially the hard stuff. I want you to practice on yourself for 2 reasons. You are your own best test subject, and 2, you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. Why not practice on yourself? So there's that. And then there's just the reminder. My favorite one is to take a deep breath before you speak. It's much easier to not say something than to have to make amends for saying something we didn't mean. So take that deep breath before you speak, especially to yourself. You'll never speak to anybody as much as you speak to yourself. So why not speak to yourself lovingly, kindly, and compassionately? Your cares will be a whole lot lighter if you do. I also like to use my phrase: take a walk, take a nap, take a break. Take a walk. Literally go and move your body. Get that blood moving, get the oxygen moving, but it can also mean just walk away from something. Sometimes it's time to just walk away, or walk towards something new. So the take a nap is literally the human equivalent of turning yourself off and turning yourself back on again. Sometimes we need that. I know in the Western, we just don't get enough rest. So it's something that's super important to do. So, sneak in that cat nap. One of the ways that I've heard is you hold a pen in your hand, and rest. And the minute you hit that point where your hand relaxes, you drop the pen, it'll wake you up. And the science says that that's enough. That's enough to kind of refresh you. And then, or it's like drink a cup of coffee and then close your eyes because then by the time the caffeine hits your system, that'll be enough rest. So, and that's rest. That's not sleep. So don't use that in place of actual sleep. So, but it's a way to get a little more rest in. And then take a break. Go do something else for a little while. Go do something, especially if you're stuck. If you're stuck on something, go do something else for a while. That'll let your mind rest, and the solution that you're looking for might naturally arise while you're doing something else, so that you can come back with a fresh perspective. So those are my suggestions. There are plenty more. Those are just jumping off points. If you have a loving, kind, and compassionate suggestion, feel free to throw it in the comments for everybody else to see. I want to remind you that one of my other suggestions, and you can take it literally or metaphorically, is to eat dessert first. Literally, chocolate's the first step to fixing anything. But I also mean don't save the good stuff. Your life is a special occasion. So don't wait for a special occasion. Make the occasion special. Use the nice stuff now. Act like your life is a special occasion, because it is. None of us know how long we've got. And then I want to remind you about joy. Joy is a quality of God, which means joy is a quality of you. No matter what is going on in your life, no matter what is going on in the world, you still deserve joy. You still deserve joy. Babies are still born. Birthdays are still happening. You deserve joy. Make room for joy in your life. Whatever it looks like. Please make room for it. All right. The rest of the suggestions are basic self-care. Do something to engage your mind and your body. Whatever that looks like for you, unless today is your day of rest, make sure you build those in too. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. I brought mine with me today. Your brain works better, your body works better, your skin looks better when you are well hydrated. So please drink plenty of water. And then get that early in your day bright light. The sun just was not interested in the cloud cover was pretty thick this morning. So it was like, but as we're walking out of the gym around 8:00, I'm like, oh no, there's a little bit of sun there. I'm glad I brought my sunglasses. Did I need them? No, but so I did get some sun. Bright light first thing in the morning will definitely help to reset your circadian rhythms. That's a natural hormone cycle. You'll have more energy during the day and sleep better at night. So try it. And if the light in your house is not bright enough, which is what I'm finding in my house, the light in my house is not bright enough most of the time, you can Google seasonal affect disorder or sun lamp. They're real devices and they should not be expensive, so don't spend a whole lot of money on it. But it's something that can go a long way to helping. All right. Let's see. I guess I'm at the Ernest Holmes quote. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. I saw a quote from Milton that talked about the power of the mind. How the power of the mind can make heaven into hell and hell into heaven. That's what that Ernest Holmes quote is talking about. Like, it's all God. It's all God. If we think about it, it's all God. Everything's made from the same source, so it's all God. Heaven is not a locality. That's literally a quote from Ernest right there. Heaven is not a locality. It's not a place we have to get to. But if we recognize that it's a state of mind, it's a state of consciousness, and we learn how to create that state of mind, that state of consciousness, any place can become heaven. Why wouldn't you want that? And that's kind of what Eva was talking about today. If you make those regular trips to the source of your own being, then you're going to start to recognize that what heaven is. It's like it already exists within you. The kingdom of God is within you already, and you can bring that into your material experience. So try. And one of the ways you can do it absolutely is Emma Curtis Hopkins. Look for the good and praise it. Gratitude will get you everywhere. I mean, gratitude can be the first step to fixing anything. Straight up. So try it. You might like it. This stuff works. So, okay. I am now at the social media part where I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. If you want to know what's going on with the center, then you're more than welcome to email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. You get one email a week and the hot links are hot. It'll either take you right to the information you want or the person that can help you get it. So, take advantage. There's lots of content between the two YouTube channels, Creative Life Spiritual Center and the Running Rev Ryan YouTube channels. There's thousands of hours of content. Pretty much anything you might be looking for, you can find there. So take advantage of it. All right. We try and post light, bright, uplifting, good, funny content. So, to help you, to help you lighten your cares and, make plain the path, your duties. Here, I'm trying to reference the reading again today. So, at which point, I'm now at the point where I get to remind you, encourage you, as I like to say, encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. A visit the throne room day, if that works for you. A kind day, a compassionate day, a loving day, a sunny day, a rest day, a get stuff done day, take care of yourself day, find that quiet time day, a good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are, as one of our authors said earlier, a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right? Explore the truth of your being. Peel back the layers of everything that you have been told that you are. Everything, by society, culture, religion, archetypes, stereotypes, gender normatives, ad executives, marketing people, commercials, and get to know who the divine knows you to be. Because I can promise you that the person that the divine knows you to be is good. And probably pretty cool too. All right, beloveds. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. We got another long one tomorrow, so I'm going to make every effort to get in here earlier, because I don't want to short myself. But I am going to remind you, we do have an amazing service for you right here on Facebook Live at 11 a.m. And if you're not watching this on Facebook Live, or you're watching this some other time on Facebook Live, you can scroll up a video. Or if you're not watching this, then go to the Creative Life Spiritual Center YouTube channel and watch it there. The only difference is YouTube has very strict music rules, so we take the music out of the service. But everything else I try and leave in that you might like. The inner healing, the closing prayer, I try and leave all that in. All right, beloveds, take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.